Video games are handy vessels for teaching history. Case in point is 2019's A Plague Tale: Innocence, which tells us that in 14th century France, hordes of feral rats would routinely burst from the ground and devour armored soldiers within seconds in a tornado-like cluster of squealing horror and blood. How this isn't on page 1 of every history book, I don't know.
I'm sorry. We have to get out. Just run as fast as you can. They're running away.
Greetings all, my name is Kontrol. I'm a veteran gamer with a knack for drawing. You're watching the latest in a series of gaming pinup videos, so if you enjoyed the show, think about hitting the like button on your way out and subscribe for more. Rats are one of those stigmatized creatures, considered so vile their name is used to label negative qualities in human beings. Hey Mela, what did you call that guy who sold you out to the cartels that time?
Oh yeah, that guy. What a rat!
See there? Rats have become synonymous with—
No, Sanchez was an actual rat. Getting revenge was a snap, if you know what I mean.
Whatever. In the non-cartoon world, we use the term rat to refer to all kinds of undesirable humanity. For instance, in A Plague Tale, Amicia calls the villainous inquisitors rats. "You filthy rats!" she screams at them.
Wait, I don't remember that.
Because it didn't actually happen. Terrible missed opportunity, Mother Rider.
I'm making up stuff for clicks again, Control. You're such a snake.
Stop whining, you weasel.
Pig!
Chicken.
See what we did there?
Right, so rats are not exactly among the most beloved in the animal kingdom.
They're even pretty low as rodents go.
Yeah, right near the bottom. Very unpopular. You'd almost think the little furries were responsible for a pandemic that wiped out half of Europe. Especially if you read history and found out they were responsible for a pandemic that wiped out half of Europe.
You don't suppose they had rats in charge at Chernobyl, do you?
Well, look, I thought it would be nice, since we're talking about A Plague Tale this week, to bring up some of the positive aspects of rats and their place in the world here in 2021, right? Here are my top 3. Number 3. Rats make mice marginally less revolting by comparison. Just imagine a tiny mouse that just scurried behind your refrigerator was a sewer rat instead. That's the difference between a household nuisance and becoming a character in a Stephen King book. If I ever saw a 1.5 pound rat in my kitchen, I'd get in my car and start driving until I hit Atlantic.
Atlantic Avenue?
The Atlantic Ocean. The bottom.
Yeah, I'd rather find a tax auditor in my kitchen.
Number 2. Rats will provide a handy food source in our inevitable post-apocalyptic hellscape. If Hollywood has taught us anything, it's that grilled rats on a stick will be the #1 street delicacy after the bombs drop.
I don't think Hollywood has taught us anything.
And number 3. Rats move quickly and unpredictably, making them ideal targets for training military sharpshooters. This could even be considered humane once our snipers get good. Fact is, I used to bullseye rats in my T-16 back home.
Is this really the best positive stuff you could come up with?
Rats suck. They're just awful. And this is coming from someone who generally loves all warm, furry creatures. They're no damn good, and A Plague Tale makes this fact abundantly clear. It's almost as if the dev played through the rat-infested Dishonored series, then posted "Hold my beer" on their homepage. The rats in A Plague Tale are the most feral and aggressive the video game world has seen to date. So bloodthirsty the Royal Rat Vanguard of Dark Souls probably stares clear.
The Vanguard should just attack. Plague Tale rats are from France. Maybe they'll just surrender.
He's joking, France. A Plague Tale is a fictional story, of course, but it does gruesomely depict the real-world Black Death of the 14th century and its specific impact on the French people, killing hundreds of thousands of men, women, and annoying waiters. The death toll is of course made worse by the ongoing, almost traditional warring with their British arch-enemy. The plot centers around plucky teenager Amicia. Amicia's life is about as good as anyone alive in the early 14th century could expect. She's the daughter of a highly respectable noble living on a beautiful forest estate with her family, loyal servants, and friendly dog. Young Amicia seems to have been dealt a great hand in this old world. For about 10 minutes, after which her life goes to complete shit.
Well, it's not like you would have kept playing if the game was about her going to college and dating a young barrister.
True enough, but Amicia's story kicks off in unusually grim fashion. She's confronted with an escalating catastrophe that Arya Stark would call a worse than average day. The outcome of which leaves her on the run from bloodthirsty soldiers, crazed villagers, and of course, hordes of disease-riddled rats. Amicia is also fresh out of parents at this point, so she also has to drag along and protect her 5-year-old brother Hugo.
Hold on, I'm calculating her chances of survival. Should just be a second. Okay, let's see. She's already dead.
Well, wait, Amicia's not traveling unarmed. She can defend herself when she has to.
Oh, right, she's carrying a sling. Should come in handy if at some point she's attacked by a 9-foot-tall Philistine giant.
Okay, I get it. Yes, Amicia and Hugo's survival relies mostly on the fact that they both respawn at checkpoints after their numerous and instant deaths. One of the many perks of being a video game character that we flesh and blood human beings just don't have, sadly.
Humans get to go to heaven though, right?
Only if they understood that Philistine giant joke.
Oh, some of your viewers just got some very bad news, I think.
Now, little Hugo is very important to the whole affair as he suffers from an inherited illness that makes his blood of value to the incredibly corrupt Grand Inquisitor of France. And I mean corrupt even by the standards of medieval inquisitors, known to be among history's biggest pains in the ass. Our villain's name is Vitalis, and he commands an army of depraved thugs who are actively hunting down Hugo for obviously evil goals. A mission well beyond the scope of converting French heretics to Catholicism. The guy has his own agenda, and it becomes clear that Hugo's illness has some kind of dark connection to the deadly rat outbreak.
And poor innocent Amicia gets caught up in all the drama. When you've got Hugo, you've gotta go.
The good news for Amicia is despite Hugo's supposed illness, the kid runs like a sprinter and is smarter than your average New York congressperson. At one point, the player even has to take control of Hugo and stealth navigate him through enemy territory. Stealth, that is, until his abilities kick in.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, no spoilers.
Sorry.
A Plague Tale Innocence has been compared in design and tone to Naughty Dog's The Last of Us, and it's pretty clear whoever wrote the music was going for a Last of Us vibe with a mournful solo acoustic guitar shtick.
Not a fan.
I kinda miss soaring symphonic theme music. I would have preferred something like... Yeah, that's the stuff. A Plague Tale score is just background music. What happened to complex themes, striking melodies, and triumphant orchestral marches?
Okay, look, I know you're a big John Williams fan, but is this music really worth the YouTube copyright claim?
I think so. I did enjoy my playthrough of A Plague Tale quite a bit, but it's not quite in the same league with The Last of Us in terms of its actual game mechanics. It's mostly solid, but does break down in a couple of key areas towards the end where your weapon's inability to hit up-close enemies stalls your progress, and a super weird final boss confrontation that doesn't seem well thought out. I can only pray A Plague Tale doesn't repeat The Last of Us's biggest mistake, which of course was making an awful sequel. Fight me!
Saw that one coming.
On a serious note, as of this recording, A Plague Tale is still safe and sound on Xbox Game Pass, and I am officially recommending you give it a try if you enjoy story-driven games like this one. It's not hard on the eyes either, with some really nice environmental graphics, although I should point out I played the enhanced version on Series X, so your mileage may vary. But thanks so much for making it to the end. Make sure to give this video a like, if you like, and subscribe to the channel for more gaming commentary and art. From the same source,